We'll see what happens.
Okay. Oh,
it says this hangout is live.
It says live.
Is this live? Let's refresh this YouTube page. We are live. This hangout is live. Oh, and there's a little delay. Let's refresh this YouTube page.
Oh, is there a delay?
Okay, I'm going to mute the YouTube and just talk to you in this, I think, right?
Okay, yes.
Okay, let's see how this works. I'm going to talk to you on Google Hangouts. Hey, we have 3 people watching.
Yay!
Join us for this.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, we got this. I'm proud of us.
I am proud of us, too. Max is proud.
Your neighbors are so quiet in comparison. They're so
I shut them out of this room. I'm like, nope, we're not having any more complications right now.
Like we've already had the tech issues. We're good.
Yeah, we've already had tech issues, and now.
Happy Saturday, Lady Gizmo. Hello.
I want to get on YouTube so I can see.
Yeah, there is a little delay. So if you guys post a comment and we don't respond right away, it's just because there's that little delay moment. So I apologize if that happens.
Little bit.
I know, trying to get these windows in order so that I can see the comments, like still talk to you via the Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
People don't realize the tech behind the, I mean, I don't.
Behind the scenes.
Little dog. He wants to come say hello. You want to say hi to everybody? Hi, Derek.
Hello, my loves. I'm Angela, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I wanted to film a quick reminder about WordsOnThePageAthon.
I lost Nicole.
Yes, I still hear you.
What's going on? I just saw Derek's comment. Aw.
It's asking me to invite people. No.
Derek's sister. What's going on? What happened with Derek? He passed away after cardiac arrest.
Oh my gosh.
I just saw his name pop up and I was so excited because I was like, Derek, he's always so sweet and positive. This is so sad.
I'm not seeing.
That's so sad. I'm so sorry. He was a part of the last live stream I did, and he was commenting, and he was so sweet, and he was so positive. He's always been such a good, I mean, I'm so sorry. Thank you for telling me. I'm so sorry for your loss. Oh my God. Is this a cruel joke? This is weird and mean if that's a cruel joke.
What? What's happening?
So, okay, this is weird. I don't know. Is this a joke?
I'm trying to get to YouTube so I can.
I told him that wasn't funny. I was like, yeah, I was telling someone he died. Oh my God. It was a joke.
It was a joke? Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. So we're going to ignore Derek. I was going to say that was like super sad for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, oh like he was on the last live stream. He was always so pleasant. I was like, he's one of the commenters who I always see, say hi to. I was like, oh my God. Because that's the other thing. That's the other thing about like social media. Like you never know like what's going on. And so no, someone else, her mother died. And so you actually like I was commenting back and forth with her. Her name is Danielle. She is the sweetest, she's the sweetest person ever. And so I hadn't seen her on Twitter or whatever for a long time. And then she told me like, oh, my mother passed away. So you totally thought like, I didn't know like if this was another situation because you only see the social media side of people's lives versus, the real life. So you just made me think of Danielle in that situation. So, and Reading Puppet is also not very happy with Derek right now. Oh, I'm so sorry about your mom. Is she okay? How's your mom doing? Aw, this just took a turn. I was like, we were so excited like 10 minutes ago, and then like someone's dead. What just happened? This totally just took a turn. Yeah, the Reading Puppet's making a face right now. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I completely agree with Alex over there.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Nicole, would you like to chime in and say something?
Well, I'm actually trying to get to the YouTube, but I'm watching the YouTube and it's very delayed. So I'm like, and I'm trying to see the comments, but I can't see the comments. Maybe it's just my iPad.
At least you know that when I did my live stream, I was being honest about the delay, and now you see on the backside the delay versus when you're doing something.
Because now I can't even see the comments.
Oh, the Reading Puppet Alex. Everyone should go follow Alex. Everyone who's watching, Alex is just a sweetheart. I'm so sorry about your mom. I really hope everything works out. Being in the hospital is no fun. I hope you get well soon. Yeah, Lady Gizmo, she's praying for you. I'm not religious. When I say I pray for you, it doesn't really mean much, but I am wishing you the best, and I hope everything works out for you. I mean, I'm happy you saw we were online, came to say hi. You were the sweetest person ever, so I'm happy that you just wanted to come say hi, because I want to say hi right back to you. And please feel free to drop in and say hi anytime you want, even if it's to just DM me and talk. So I'm here for you, and I'm so sorry that's going on in your life.
Oh my goodness. Sad things are happening.
I know. This is the saddest like live stream. Derek is fake dead at first. I mean, that totally like, you know, popped my little bubble. I was like, that's sad.
Right.
Lady Gizmo's like, she's like, we want to move on. How's the rating?
How's the writing going, everyone? Let's move on from the sad.
Yes, how's Words on the Pageathon going for those of you who are alive, who are you know, here with us and not fake doing something? You haven't written yet. Well, you have current works in progress, though, so even if you haven't written anything today, are you still currently working on something? The Reading Puppet just posted a comment. She hasn't written yet today, so I'm curious if she's been writing at all. I mean, she has a reason not to, so I mean, if any time is the time not to write, you know, this is completely understandable.
Right.
I don't know how people do that when they write things out by hand. Oh my goodness. We were having... I don't know. We were talking out before, and Nicole and I, we were Skyping. We were trying to figure out the tech stuff here. I don't know how you do that. My hands don't work as fast as my brain when I'm typing. I can't imagine doing this by hand. That is so impressive to me.
Yeah, well, I was to prepare for today. I was trying to get more done on my outline because I'm starting another original manuscript now that I finished my other one in NaNoWriMo. So I wanted to do another one. And so I wanted to get an outline done because I did have another journal just filled with thoughts about this story. And I was like, I need to get organized before I start writing anything down. So that's why I got this new blue-purple journal, and I started writing. Like,
it's pretty good.
And I was doing like the character bios, and I was doing...
You're not writing your story by hand, though. You're just outlining by hand. Because I do the same thing. I have all my notes by hand. I don't actually like write out my story by hand, though.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there are some scenes that are written out by hand, but yeah, no. If I don't, I'm trying to get it all. It's all over the place. It's in like notes are on like little pieces of paper everywhere. And so I want to get it all down and.
Oh no, I'm very much the same way. That we agree on. The Reading Puppet here says she doesn't have her computer in the hospital and her laptop doesn't work either, and she can't do it on the tablet. So I'm asking, is writing it by hand not your first preference then? Because it would not be writing my story out by hand. That would not be my preference.
It does seem like writing it out does take a little bit longer for me instead of just, you know, furiously typing away on the.
I mean,
if I didn't have anything else, then I would definitely.
You'd still want to keep working.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then Lady Gizmo was like, I wrote 6 pages this morning. My hand is tired.
Well, I remember, I mean, I hadn't taken a sit-down exam in the longest time. And I remember when because again, I'm PhD, so like you kind of don't do that once you're, after a certain grade. And I remember taking a sit-down exam in the last year, and I was like, my hand wants to fall off. I haven't done this in such a long time. I actually had a bruise on my thumb where the pen was for the next like 3 days.
Goodness.
I'm giving you guys so much credit right now because that's not how I function as a writer. I mean, I do write notes out by hand, but I don't actually write my stuff out by hand as the story.
Yeah. I just have like horror stories back when I was in AP English in high school, and we had to write 5 full-length essays in like 2 hours. And by the time you were done, your hand was like this.
I remember I did AP English as well. Yes, AP English, AP European history, AP government. I remember all the humanities, never science, never an AP science, but I did all the AP humanities. And doing those exams, you had to write the essays. I don't know if y'all remember this. You had to write the 5-paragraph essays and cram everything in, under 30 minutes.
Yes. Oh my God.
And I was going to say, it's one of those things, like there's some things about like your life in high school you just don't miss. That's
You don't. And reading Puppet. Oh, sorry, who's the other lady in the video? I missed the beginning. My name is Nicole. I'm from the channel Who Picked This Book, and I was really excited when Angela invited me to do this live stream.
She's one of my booktube besties. I love Nicole. She's one of the sweetest human beings on the face of the planet. If you're not following her channel, you should be. I love her. I recommend her entirely, wholeheartedly. She is amazing.
Oh my gosh, I'm blushing. You are so sweet. We like bonded over like Buffy and our love of just everything. Every time I say like I like something, you're like, oh my God, I love it too. Or like vice versa. I swear we're almost one person.
Yeah. We were Skyping earlier before this, and so she was posting her TV Red Legs books on her Goodreads account. I'm like, I read those.
And I think on your cozy mystery book tag, you were talking about Charlene Harris. I'm like, I love Charlene Harris. And you're like, of course you do. Of course you do.
Whenever one of us posts a video, the other one's like, yes, exactly. That's the pop culture reference I would have said. I mean, that's kind of what we do.
And then Lady Gizmo's like, Buffy.
Buffy is the foundation for many beautiful friendships.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, can we tell them about our Buffy thing or no? Do you want to save that, or do you want to let them?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, absolutely.
I was like, where's my planner? I was gonna say, so would you like to take the lead? Because this one was your idea, actually.
Oh.
Writing, but
well, when I first started my YouTube channel last year, I did see a Buffy tag, which I thought was so cool. It Sam at Thoughts on Tomes and a bunch of other girls, like they just had, it was amazing. They just all sat on the couch. They just looked so comfy, and it was a tag about their love for Buffy. And I was like, I need to find someone who loves Buffy as much as I do to do this tag because I need to do it. It was so in depth, and oh my gosh, it made me so nostalgic too, because I guess back then I hadn't rewatched it in a long time. And after I watched that tag, I immediately wanted to rewatch the entire series of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I get sucked into watching that show so easily. It doesn't matter. Like if I turn on the TV and all of a sudden they're airing the 4th season, for some reason I want to start watching from exactly that episode onwards. Yes. So I was trying to pull up the calendar. So on January 16th, 7 o'clock my time, and that's 5 o'clock Nicole's time because I'm Eastern, and hello, shout out from DC. So 7 o'clock on January 16th, we're going to be doing another live stream, just gushing about Buffy and why we love her and the show and everything in between.
Yeah.
So January 16th, mark your calendars. I already made a YouTube live stream event, so I think you can actually hit the little button to remind yourself or subscribe so that when we go live, you'll get an invite right away.
That is awesome. Yeah, I did.
I'm still not entirely sure how YouTube completely functions, as we've learned from our little tech glitches earlier.
It took me forever just to get into Google Hangouts. I'm like, come on. Oh, goodness.
Are you doing Cozy Mysteries too? Cozy Mysteries are for everybody. Cozy Mysteries are for everyone, everywhere. That's why.
Absolutely.
Especially when you have something like Murder, She Wrote. It's one of those, it doesn't matter how old you are. It's okay viewing, okay reading. It's fun for all ages.
Right.
Okay, I'll watch. Yes. Everyone should watch.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
And come and watch us hang out and talk about Buffy, especially if you're a fan of Buffy.
Yes. I actually want to rewatch probably my most watched episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer is Once More with Feeling.
I know all the words to all those songs.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I can't even like call you out for it. I remember actually having like the CD. People don't even buy CDs anymore. Now you have to special order them. But I remember actually buying a CD from, I forget if it might have even been Sam Goodies at the time. I might have had to like specially order it because I wanted the CD of that episode. So yes.
Yep, absolutely.
I feel like I just aged myself drastically admitting this.
Well, since I'm older than you, I actually wanted to see. I was supposed to go on to like iTunes or something to see if you can get that episode's music, just so we can have. I want it on my phone so bad, so it's just easily accessible.
I was gonna say, well, I know there's CDs an option. I know that's there. And then one time after I had special ordered it, I was in Barnes & Noble in their little CD section and I found it. I was like, I already have this, but I'm like so excited that it's here.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh. I have to go scour the CD section of Barnes & Noble then. But definitely.
I mean, Buffy, I don't have a vampire story to write though. I always wish I did. Even like Buffy fanfiction, I never did. I mean, I know you like fanfiction. Have you ever done one on Buffy?
On Buffy, I have not, which I totally should. But no, I haven't. Not on Buffy. Now I'm thinking I want to do one though.
Well, that's my thing about vampire stories. I feel at this point there have been so many of them. If you're going to do one, you have to do something so different. And even then, I feel as if I would just be like, well, Buffy got everything right, so I'm just going to trust in Buffy. It's like, I don't want to take up the challenge because I feel as if they already executed it, so well.
They did. I will always love Buffy. But you're right, there are tons. Just looking at my bookshelf right now, I can see like there's a series about vampires, there's a series about vampires. So
yeah, I mean, if anyone's writing a vampire story, please tell us.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
You're writing shifters, werewolves, vampires. You gotta tell us what you are writing. We have pages.
Yeah, tell us what you're writing, because I would love to know.
Your dog just inspired this little guy. He's like,
oh my gosh, I know. I'm so sorry. Is someone out front?
Look at his little messy head. He's been asleep. And so he's been rubbing his little like paws over his face. He's going.
My dog's going, wake him up.
Well, it's really funny because I put together his little like alcove of treats, and he has his water and his food and everything else. And then he comes over. He's like, "No, I want to be with you. I don't care. You gave me this little setup. I'm going to sit on your lap, minus everything else."
Right? It's like, no, I don't want to be over there. I want to be with you. Okay, Derek. Hello. My brother got into my YouTube and was typing stuff.
Well, he said he was the sister, so he's even a bigger liar. He lied about his gender as well. Unless you did this and you just don't want us to know, like you pulled a prank.
You pulled pranks on us. Well, if this is the real Derek, hello and welcome.
Yes, this is the real Derek. The one who's always posting very kind, very positive comments.
Right. Then yes, hello.
The fake Derek. Yeah, Max is like, I don't want any part of this conversation. He's like, I'm gonna go to sleep now.
I don't know why you put me and my sister. Yep.
He looks like a little baby. Look at this little guy. Like, yeah.
He is. He's your little fur baby. He's so cute.
Well, she has 3 fur babies, but hers are not.
I do. I have 3, but they're locked out of this room because they're crazy.
Well, this is the real Derek. Welcome. Welcome to the write-in conversation. I'm happy you were not dead. That was the joke.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Yes, that was.
Lady Gizmo, not an issue. Glad you're here.
Yes, Max, as he yawns again, as soon as I read the comment, he's a sleepyhead. He yawns. I think he kind of like tuckered himself out. Because, well, first of all, I also tried to do the real 24-hour write-a-thon. So I went to bed and I posted my first Instagram picture probably around 2 or 3 a.m. And then the night before, there had been a lot of noise in the hallway, so I didn't get a good night's sleep. So I couldn't do the full 24 hours. So I kind of threw off his sleeping pattern. So the night before, and then I wanted to stay awake. So hopefully he'll simmer down.
Yeah, I forgot to put. I did take a picture last night too when I was doing my outlining, and I totally forgot to post it because I'm an idiot.
I know if you guys are posting pictures and using the hashtag, I'm doing a $10 Barnes & Noble giveaway. So if you are on Instagram or Twitter, make sure you use the hashtag WordsOnThePageAthon because I will automatically enter you to win a $10 Barnes & Noble gift card. I'm going to be choosing a random winner. So give me a couple days to sort through all the tweets and hashtags. So make sure to give me time to actually go through and catalog them. And then I will randomly be selecting a winner from that. So if you are posting pictures and you have pictures, you want to talk about Words on the Pageathon, make sure you tell us.
Words on the page.
I know, I really like Barnes & Noble, not just for books. I don't know if y'all do this as well, but they have such nice stationery, and they have those journals and everything else. So I thought it was kind of appropriate for writers, especially. Just want to throw that out there. Yeah. And again, I'd live in Barnes & Noble if I could. So.
Oh my gosh, I would. That would be amazing.
Oh. I remember when I was in high school or undergrad, I was like, I can never work in a Barnes & Noble or bookstore because at the end of the week, I'd be working for free.
Yeah, absolutely. I would not have a paycheck at all.
I don't know how true bookworms manage to work in libraries, not take everything home with them, or how they manage to not rack up all the new releases at the end of the week. I don't know, I couldn't do it.
Especially if they get the orders come in and if you're in charge of unboxing all the stuff and loading all the shelves. No, absolutely not. I'd be like, this one's mine. This one.
Well, I would get even worse with it because sometimes you get the book covers that are dented and be like, oh, well, the fresh one's gonna be mine, of course. So I put away the nice one for myself. And I know probably sounds very selfish, but the last time I was in Barnes & Noble, I don't know if they had a bad delivery person or whatever, but the new releases, the covers were kind of crumpled, and I was not exactly very happy when I saw that.
Yeah, no.
You like the fancy book editions?
I do too.
Yes, the Barnes & Noble ones. I have their Alice, the Pride and Prejudice.
The leather-bound classic editions are gorgeous. Every time there's a new one, I have to get it, and I have my bookshelf in my dining room have all of them. I have all of them on there, and they're just so gorgeous. They look so pretty on the shelf.
I'm they're not on this bookshelf. I have other bookshelves in my office, and I have, I think, the Grimm Brothers fairy tale. I know I have a Jane Austen. They're beautiful. Yeah, they're and I already own Grimm's Brothers and Jane Austen and everything else, but I wanted to, for some reason, I was like, I can justify it. It's worth the second purchase.
Absolutely, because they just look so gorgeous on their shelves. And then you have the ones that they're pretty to look at, and then you have the other edition where you read it.
I do that. Again, because Jane Austen is the goddess divine. I love her for all eternity. I have multiple editions of Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion, but I wrote in one of the editions of Pride and Prejudice, and so I feel as if that's its own little reading experience. So that one is its own little, edition, and so I'm not gonna do anything with it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Where I'm gonna go?
Absolutely.
It's not just me. I'm one of those people. I really write in my books. I don't know if anyone else is like that with the marginalia. That was one of my first booktube videos talking I have to write in the margins. It's what I do.
I definitely, you can see, I do the little Post-it notes, but I don't actually write in the book. But I do love making notations, but I don't write in the book. But I totally get what you're saying. On my book club books or on my, I have to be this is what I'm thinking about right now.
I also have I have all these books behind me. I have an edition of Harry Potter that I just annotated looking for the rhetoric of it because it's such a beautiful series and it's so well written. The writer, and so I have an edition where all my notes have to do with the writing of Harry Potter.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Granted, it was one of those I don't know if it's because I wanted to learn, from the master. There's also a call for papers on Harry Potter, wanting to have the literary side of things and have that analysis. And I was thinking about maybe doing a paper at the time, but that's what that edition to me is. That is the rhetoric of Harry Potter.
I have so many editions.
I've never read Jane Austen. Please don't hurt me. Oh, I'm not going to hurt you. I've never hurt anybody. Oh my goodness.
You should totally rectify that.
Yes, I honestly don't know. See, to me, I wouldn't recommend would you start off with the classic Pride and Prejudice, everyone's go-to, or would you recommend a Northanger Abbey or Mansfield Park to ease her into Jane Austen? I don't know.
I don't know either because I have such a love for Pride and Prejudice. I want everybody to read it.
Oh my gosh, I think that was the very first time I read it, I was probably 11 or 12. And I've read it probably at least a dozen times since then. Pride and Prejudice is just one of those books I will never tire of. I will never not reread it. I will never not watch the movie adaptation.
Come here, you.
He has a treat, and he's trying to. So it's really cold in my apartment. I have a blanket on the floor, and he apparently wants to bury his treat in my blanket. Yeah.
Silly.
Well, because there's nowhere else. I live in an apartment building, so he tries to hide his treats and toys and stuff. I have found multiple. I look over my bookshelf because in the bottom, he puts his toys on my bottom bookshelf, and I will always find them and stuff. So he tries to bury his treats and his toys into things because he can't do anything else. Like, as I look around, I see another toy and a treat on the bookshelf. Yes. No, he's fine.
I usually
But
keep
no,
all
if you
my
want to be
dog's
generous,
toys in a box, but they have to take everything.
Well, you have 3 fur babies. I don't know how you manage a 3. I got this little guy and he's a handful.
Yeah, well, the littlest one, the puppy, is the handful now. The other ones are very well behaved. Am I echoing? No.
I know we have the delay. I'm looking at you in Google Hangouts, and in case you guys don't know, I have 2 windows open because I have the YouTube to look at your comments, and then on the other side, I have the Google Hangouts, which is in the moment because the YouTube channel has that, 8-second delay or 6-second delay or something.
Yes.
So I think they'd have to tell us if you're echoing because I wouldn't know. To me, you sound fine.
Okay.
Lady Gizmo says yes.
Okay.
Am I echoing or is Nicole just echoing? Who's echoing? Now we have the delay because now that I've asked, they need to post the comments. Oh boy. Let's talk more about Jane Austen and Buffy.
Yes, there's an echo.
Is it both of us or is it who's echoing? We need to learn what the echo is because they don't know how to fix it.
I don't
Nicole is
know.
echoing. I think we learned this last time when I did this. My volume was on. Is your volume on your laptop?
Let me. Okay, my volume's on.
Sorry. Oh. At least you know Max is still in the apartment. You know he's just right here. Max, come on, babe. Max, come on, baby. Come on, baby. He's the baby. I call him baby because he's the baby. Yes, hi. Someone slammed the door in the hallway, and so he had to go, tell them not to do that in the future. It didn't start like that. Yeah, someone slammed the door in the hallway, so he gets mad. It's really bad when people linger in the hallway and they have conversations. The other day, again, this is one of the reasons why I didn't sleep well. So there was a baby, and there's not even a family in my wing of this little apartment building. Like, I don't even know whose baby this was, but it was screaming and it was crying, and he was so upset. So then it was the dog and the baby crying, which was just. But then again, all the other dogs are also barking because of the baby, so it wasn't just Max.
I'm still echoing. I don't know.
See, for me, it was a matter of turning my volume off, so I don't know what I sound like. So that's all that I knew to do. But they said you didn't start off echoing.
No, I think what happened. Oh, this is so annoying because I can hear myself echoing too. So, but if I mute,
yeah,
what?
Is your YouTube?
My YouTube is not mute. My YouTube is muted.
Is she still echoing?
Oh, I am. I can hear myself. But if I mute my laptop, then I can't hear you.
That's true. Well, is my I know I'm trying to look at the. I don't mean to go back and forth. So in my window, because I have the camera on for Google Hangouts, I have the microphone. Yes, still echoing. My YouTube channel, however, so my YouTube is muted. live stream was working for me. So I muted my YouTube channel. So I am basically I'm just talking to Nicole using Google Hangouts, and I got the other window to read your comments.
Yeah, that's how I am. But it's just
window open with it, or
no, I don't. Actually, yeah, I do. That would be
solve it? Of course. I got blurry. I feel like one of those magicians, like, can you see me now? Or what's the guy from the Verizon commercial? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Of course, now he's doing the other company because he's a trader, apparently. I don't really know what the situation is, but apparently he's doing a different company with the can you hear me now stuff. Which is totally random and digression, so sense of humor.
Okay. I'm still echoing.
Okay, now she's echoing and I'm blurry. We're quite a pair. So now I'm blurry, she's echoing, and we went black for a little bit. So clearly we're still learning how this works. Well, before we had the 5-10 minute delay because I couldn't add her into the Google Hangouts for the longest time. So now we know how to do this for the Buffy tag for the future. Still blurry? Is she still echoing? Give us feedback. Yes. Tell us make you happy.
Yes, Angela, you're still blurry. And I'm still echoing.
I'm like trying to, because to me, when I look in Google Hangouts, I'm clear, and then when I look at my YouTube window, I'm a blur. I don't know how to fix that.
In my Google Hangouts, you're a blur.
In your Google Hangouts?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn it off for a second and see if this works.
Nope.
No. Headshot looks like a little picture that I use my little blurb. I don't know how to fix that.
I don't know how to fix my echoing. Makes me not want to.
Anyone else have any questions, comments, thoughts? What are you guys working on? Let's go back to that. And let's see. Hopefully this stuff will work itself out in the meantime. So, today, what are you guys writing? I think the Reading Puppet posted, but I don't think we ever got to answer. Hers is a ghost story, so you're not doing vampires and werewolves. You're doing a ghost story. Okay, we have to talk about this. Haunting. What's the ghost story about this? And Lady Giz is enjoying the camaraderie of this. I can tell we got along, you know, we're not gonna hold each other back. Hopefully we're entertaining at least.
Yeah, exactly. My echo makes me not want to talk.
You've been consistently getting quieter and quieter, and so I'm hoping this echoing doesn't stop you from saying anything you want to say. Still echoing, ladies and gentlemen, please chime in. Tell us, am I still blurry? Is she still? She's echoing.
And I'm echoing.
Now, if only we lived in the same state and we were not, across, ways. We could figure this out. Blur. I'm looking at the YouTube window. This is because to me, I look normal. I don't look like I'm the Reading Puppet is writing over here. I don't look like I'm materializing out of nothing. And now you're scared to talk. Okay, this may be awkward, but I'm gonna try and clean the lens. Maybe it got full. I don't know. Did that help anything? No?
I don't know if we can refresh anything, but
yeah, but I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to fix the blur because that's behind the thing, like a behind the scenes issue that I'm not really quite sure how to Same thing with the echoing. Did we fix this?
Nope.
No? You're still echoing? You're still echoing? Because
I
you're
can
not
hear
echoing
my
to me.
echo.
I don't hear an echo. I think it has to do with the YouTube channel in the background. I think it has to do with that.
Well, I'm not. I'm just looking at the comments. It's not even playing.
Shh. Come on. I'm sorry you guys have to listen to Max. Yeah, I don't know how to fix this. So anywho, we got a dog barking. We got a blur. Come on, babe. Come on, settle down, baby. Come on. He's little baby. Come on. Hey. Come on. Be a good boy. Come on. You're a good boy. Be a good boy. Come on. Anywho, moving on. Is anyone still writing? So we have a ghost story. Is anyone else writing something or want to chime in the comment section? Tell us what's going on in your day as the little dog is wanting to do something down below that I'm not quite sure what he's doing. Did you fix the echo?
No, it seems like because I'm talking, and then I can hear it on your side. Does that make sense?
I'm trying to figure out how to fix this. Yes, please tell us if we look better or sound better.
Angela, you look better.
I look better?
Yes.
Oh, why, thank you. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Well, I mean, to me, I never heard the echoing in the first place, so you were always perfect as far as I was concerned. I didn't know what was going on. At least I'm not a giant blur. I'll take it. Yeah, so if you guys are posting stuff, let us know. You should do a dog story. You should write a, okay, I'm gonna have to lean in for this. You should write a dog story about what Max thinks when you talk to a screen. So Nicole, bear witness, she was witness to this earlier. So her phone rang while we were on Skype and he just went nuts. I don't know what it is about him and technology, but he is not a fan. So that would actually be a very interesting story and probably a little dystopian because I don't know what's going on in that little puppy head of his. And right now he's staring at the door. His eyes are directly looking at my front door because he can hear the noise in the hallway and he's wondering what's going on. So if he starts barking again, I preemptively apologize. Nicole has 3 fur babies though. She's got, 3 times the the potential stories that I do.
I do have 3 fur babies. I guess I should let them in so they can say hi to everybody.
Hi, Megan. You just woke up. I just woke up and got here, but the echo's probably from the sound on a computer.
Ruger, Duchess.
I still look like a blurry mess. I still look blurry. Oh, I look less blurry. Okay. I get the progressives. So these are kind of the upgraded edition of bifocals. So sometimes I have to lean forward because I got the 2 lenses. So if I ever lean into the camera, lean into the laptop camera, that's why. The reading puppet, I'm probably going to eat something and swing by Barnes & Noble. Well, thank you for joining us, even if it was just for a little short time. I wish you good luck on your ghost story, and I hope everything works out with your mom. So I want to just, before you say, head out, I want to say bye and thank you for checking in with us.
I'm jealous that you're going to Barnes & Noble.
Yes, I was going to say, keep using the hashtag because that, I will go through with everyone's posts and next time Barnes & Noble will be on me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to try one more thing.
Did I lose you entirely? You muted yourself.
Okay.
I can hear you. There you go.
But I still have the echo.
Oh, bye, reading puppet. Bye, Alex. It's hard to tell. Like, do I call people by their real names or their channel names? I always have that little second. Like, do I call you Nicole or pick this book?
Seems like Nicole. Shorter. Bye, Lady Gizmo.
Gizmo, if you're heading out to, you can join Alex at Barnes and Noble and grab lunch. I know Megan. She was already doing this. She was like a real go-getter with Words on the Page. She was up late. I think I saw a couple of her posts. I love Megan. She's so sweet. Everyone should go follow her. Welcome to the write-in, or technically haven't actually started writing. We've just been talking about writing off and on after our technological difficulties. What? Hi. You want to talk? Oh, apparently he wants to play. He's like, he brought me his toys. Oh boy.
Oh well, I opened the door and called my dogs in, but they're not coming.
So what are you working on today? Let's talk about writing again. Let's get back into this. What are you working on? Yes, I know you're down there. Hi.
Protagonist. Hello.
Hey, Courtney joined. She's working on a cozy mystery. I know that. Her channel talks about cozy mysteries. She's writing a cozy mystery. She's the queen of cozy mysteries. And I've just been handed a little crumbled up sock by the dog to throw. Talking about writing counts as writing in its own way. Yes, the brainstorming of it all. Yes. So, yes, Megan and Courtney, since you just joined, what are you guys writing today? What are you working on? I know Courtney's doing her cozy, but I don't know what her word count is or how much progress is going on. So if you want to tell us, let us know. He keeps handing me his treats and toys. He brings them up to me, and he's just one of those, like, just throw them at me.
Oh, my dog's barking. My dog's barking. Duchess Goliath.
Well, I saw on Twitter, Courtney already has a couple pre-orders or pre-buys because people, yes, we are still here. I know people were really excited because they're, you know, she's the queen of cozies. Everyone wants to know what she's going to write because she's the cozy queen. No, we're still here. We were trying to figure out stuff. Oh, look at that baby.
Puppy. I know, you want to get down.
Her puppy is probably, what, 5 times as big as my dog?
Yeah, and he's only 3 months.
That's 3 months old?
Yeah, he's 3 months.
Is he going to get any bigger? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, he'll probably be 75 pounds when he's full grown.
I heard this 75, and I'm like, max is 5. Your dog is
currently, I think he's like 25 pounds.
Oh, he still has a ways to go then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we have comments. I love seeing the comments. I love seeing comments post up. That makes me so happy. So you're at 17,000 words, and you've written 1,000 words today. I'm so proud of you.
Nice.
Miss Rula. Oh, I love that. Oh, that is so cute.
That's punny.
Exactly what cozy mystery should be. See, this is why she's queen of cozies. You are queen of cozies, yes. Oh my goodness, but it's the title you've earned. No, but that's exactly the thing. Like, she knows the genre, so I can only imagine what her cozy mystery is going to be because she knows them so well.
That's awesome. And then Megan, she's working on 4 things.
You're like me. I have multiple things going at once. That's just how I function. For some reason, I mean, I don't know if you work on them simultaneously, if you do one every other day. I'm curious because that's what I do. I don't work on the same story all the time. I take little breaks in between. That's probably why I haven't finished as many things, though. But you finished something. Do you want to tell them what you were doing? Because Nicole really kicked NaNoWriMo right out the door. She won early. She was killing it.
I did. Yeah, I won about halfway through. And I was really excited because it was something that I was working on for so long that it was just a pride that I finished it.
I am so proud of you. I mean, she finished this early. Last year with NaNoWriMo, I was like really dedicated, and this year you were the one who was dedicated, so we're like taking turns. Maybe next year we will both be dedicated.
Right. Well, I just wanted to finish it so bad. I said, this is going to be the year. I've been working on it for so long. I have to finish it. And I did, and it was so great.
I just read Courtney's post. The murdered victim is killed with a red grating pen in the neck. Oh my gosh. I can already see the Hallmark movie adaptation from this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Fantastic.
I can see that. And then Amazon will be like one of those recommendations. You'll be with like Just Desserts and Murder She Baked, and you'll be with all those things because that's exactly what Hallmark's gonna be like. Yes, this is the Hallmark movie we're making next. This is the first. I know. Again, I'm doing like the progressive lens. Like, hey, which one do I go with? First time in 10 years creative writing class. You never thought you were a good writer. Well, there's so many. I mean, you only get better at writing by writing.
Exactly.
I think we had this discussion, Nicole and I, a couple weeks ago, talking about like our first stories. Mine is awful. I mean, it's awful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh. The more you read and the more you write, you just get better and better. And since the one that I finished, I was writing it for so long. I could tell what I have written 10 years ago, and then what I've written lately.
I pulled up. I had the old Word document. The first book. It's finished. I wrote it, but it's terrible. So I wrote a book when I was 18, and looking back, I'm like, thank God I didn't do anything with this because I'd be totally embarrassed now. it needs a significant overwrite. And when I was doing the edits, like every single line had multiple edits. And then I was moving things around, I was crossing them off, and my dialogue tags were just completely off the mark. I mean, even though I was an avid reader, for me, when I was, first writing, it was like I didn't have that, combination of reader and writer. And so now that I'm looking back, like I think I've done better, hopefully. But I mean, I think Courtney reads like there's no tomorrow. She knows cozy, so I can only imagine. Even though she's gone 10 years without writing, I think she's gonna be fine.
Oh, absolutely. Like Courtney, you're fantastic.
You're fantastic.
We love you, and we love Megan, and whoever else is watching. Welcome to the region. I know the little viewer count keeps going up. Like I've seen it go from 4 to 10, down to 8, down to 2. I was like, I don't know who's watching, but welcome. And if you're writing, make sure you tell us what you're doing. So Megan's got 4 projects. Are they all the same genre? Are they subgenres, or what category are you writing in?
Yes, I want to know.
Yes, I want to know.
So we have a cozy mystery. We have the Queen of Cozies. We got Courtney who's the Queen of Cozies. And what genre are you currently working in today? And we didn't have this conversation.
Well, the one that I finished was contemporary romance. Yes, romance. And then the one I'm currently working on is like dystopian, like female assassin, badass women.
I like the sound of that. That works for me. I read a book the other night. It was a romance, and she was a complete damsel in distress, and it was a contemporary. And I was just so frustrated the entire time. I'm not going to tell you what book it is because I just kind of told you I didn't like it. But it was a book where she was a complete damsel in distress. So I like hearing a capable, strong female character. We need more of those. So if y'all are writing them, I'm happy to hear that. Same thing with cozies. You have, the female lead. Same thing with romance. It makes me happy. And we're making Courtney blush. Well, it's praise well deserved. So
yes, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, so you finished your dogs.
My dogs are barking.
So you finished your contemporary. So is it a contemporary romance or is it a romance contemporary? Because I mean, we've had this established where we've had this conversation, I think, about like how there's romance fiction and then there's fiction romance. So which one are you?
It's definitely in the romance genre first, but it's contemporary. So.
Romance. Well, there's so many subcategories.
Yeah, and I think the one that I'm working on right now, it's definitely action and adventure or dystopian, but there's romance subplots in there as well.
See, that's all the more reason you got to finish this book because I want to read it. I want to read this.
And I really think like everything I write is just going to have some sort of romance element in it just because I love it.
Yeah, that's my thing. I didn't realize I was writing romance until I started really studying it. I mean, the first 2, I have to finish and do edits of them, but I have a contemporary coming of age romance, but this one is fiction, then romance, not romance, fiction. So that one has the romantic undertones and stuff, but now I realize like I've kind of transitioned into romance genre. So you guys, progress. Making progress. And I like Courtney. She's like, yes, for the badass women.
Yeah. If you like badass women, I recently read something. It's called Celeste the Dark Queen. I read it in November, I think. And it was amazing. It was so good.
What was it called? I'm going to write this down.
Celeste the Dark Queen.
Celeste. I like hearing new ones because I feel as if, and this is totally like off the mark or talking about writing, but I feel as if a lot of the ones that I hear about are these go-to examples. So every time someone talks about a strong literary female character, they always go with Anita Blake. Like they always go with these kind of these kind of big examples. Do you know what I mean? Like you hear the same ones over and over again. I'd love to know about other ones that you've come across in literature. So y'all
I just typed it in the comment.
I wrote it down. I wrote it down in my little, I got my little setup over here. I got my little post-it pad of notes, and a little pen. I'm serious about sending you what I've written so far because I'm not the best. Well, you already have people on Twitter. I saw this happening earlier when Courtney said she was going to be taking in Words on the Page. There was me, and then I think 2 other people who were like, I want to read your book. So you already have 3 pre-orders. Right. You already got 3 pre-orders. I mean, there's certain authors I just auto-buy, and you're going to be one of them. Same with Nicole. I'm going to auto-buy you.
Oh, thanks.
What are you doing, little one? He woke up from his nap or whatever. Now he wants to play. This little guy's all over the place today.
Ball of energy.
Well, he was so tired at first. I thought his sleep schedule was just completely off the mark as you see me toss his toy. I don't know if y'all just heard the little nails on the floor. I don't know. He just did a little slide. He sounds like he's his own little, the comic, the sound effects. He's his own little machine. Land is a wonderful book. I haven't read Her Land either.
I haven't read it.
You read it?
No, I haven't. I'll have to look it up.
We're the best. Hey, that's so sweet. You're so sweet. I'm wearing foundation, so you can't see like the pinkness of my cheeks.
Oh, you can totally see mine.
Well, I feel like I have a little bit of like a Nikki tutorials thing going on today because I didn't purchase it, but I have BoxyCharm and they sent me a highlight powder, and so now I feel as if I look like I'm glowing, not blushing, but you're making me blush too. Yes,
your beautiful glow.
Yes, she does that like glow around the world. I have like a little nose highlight that I didn't realize was completely glowing. Oh. I know. So how is this? We've been talking about this. So how would you guys like this live right into work? Would you like to? How does this work? The little dog's gonna bark again. I'm just warning you right now. Oh boy, I knew that was coming.
It's like you dogs barking.
Any other books we want to talk about? Any other writing we want to talk about? Is there anything else we want to chime in? Thoughts, questions, queries, conundrums? I'm looking at the comment section. I know we have the delay, so it makes it a couple seconds.
Yeah, that's what I was looking over there too.
And you're not echoing anymore, right? We've established, and I'm not a blur.
I still hear myself echoing. So I'm pretty sure I'm echoing.
Hopefully this works. I think I am blurry.
Courtney wants to slap her main character.
Why? What did your main character ever do to you?
Sometimes they go off and do whatever they want, and I'm like, you need to get back in line where this is where you're going. You're not going that way.
I think I have the opposite problem. Like, I always love my main characters, but sometimes my secondary characters are like, this is my story. Like, they kind of, get more attention than I think I originally wanted to give them. I don't know if you guys ever have this happen. So this was like a little pet project I started over the summer, and it's a shifter romance, which is totally different than anything I've ever done before. And it started off as being like a single entity. It started off being just a standalone book. And then I have the secondary character who kept like popping up. And I was like, you know what? I really like you. You're going to get your own book.
Nice. Spin-offs. Love it.
I know. It wasn't going to be a series. I mean, right now that shifter story is, I think, 21,000 words or something. And it's probably going to end up being a novella, not a book. So it's probably only going to be about 30. So I still only have like a little bit of ways to go. But yeah, I had this secondary character, and for some reason I kept giving him all these like sassy, lines that were kind of, off the mark, and I was making him really kind of comedic, and I was really having a lot of fun writing him. Like, you know what, I want to keep writing you. So I've already written, I think, 12,000 words for his story. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I don't know if I'm going to self-publish, if I'm going to look for publishers or whatever, but that's something that's been like a little pet project of mine.
That's awesome. And you said they're about shifters?
Yeah, I don't know why like I started writing that. It just kind of happened.
I love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I was reading. So I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but sometimes you read something and then it inspires you to do something different. I don't know if you've ever come across this. When you read something, you're like, oh, well, I would have done it like this. And all of a sudden from that little one thought, all of a sudden like an entire world is born.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think most of my writing stems from one scene, and then I just get carried on after that.
Just anything I carry on in the role.
Like I rarely start at like the beginning, chapter 1, and then go on. It's really like just one scene, and then it evolves from that.
Yes. Oh yeah. I think it certainly has like I always think of like one scene, and then it's usually like probably the pinnacle of the story for some reason. I always think of the most important scene first, and then build things off of it. So Courtney's main character is kind of immature, and I want her to grow up. Well, you're the one in charge of her story. You can make her grow up anytime you want. She's come back home after being gone since high school. She's sliding into the last little bit. That's interesting. I look over my bookcase. I know you guys can't see it. And I think I actually mentioned this book in one of my other live streams. This is not as I drop a book. This is not a cozy mystery, and this is not a lighthearted read. I made a BookTube video. I haven't edited it yet. Oh my goodness, tongue twister. So in this book, the main characters, again, this is not a lighthearted read. It's their 10-year or 12-year anniversary, and so they're going back to their hometown after their anniversary, and so they start talking about how they were in high school. There's something interesting about characters who kind of reflect, and you either see them grow, or maybe like your character slip back into old habits. So I'd actually be interested to see the old habits, because sometimes people are a little too different almost. So this was something you just made me think of.
That book looked really interesting.
I think I mentioned this before. It's not a lighthearted read. If you're in a happy place, I wouldn't recommend reading it right away. It has to do with a mass shooting at their school.
Oh, wow.
And so these are the survivors. It's called The Ones Who Got Away. And so the ones who got away are the ones who survived the mass shooting. And so after that night, they all have PTSD. They all have issues they're trying to overcome. But they are going back to their hometown in honor of like the memorial service. And so you made me think of that. Like when people go back to their hometown, there are all these different stories that kind of emerge. And that was the last one that I read like that. Main characters can be rude that way. That's awesome. One of mine is being way more passive than she's meant to be. I get to slap her main character as well. Wow, we have some violent writers in the mix. You guys want to slap your fictional characters.
I love that. That's fantastic.
This happened 10 years ago, babe. It's time to move on. Stop being salty. I don't know. I mean, I would think it's hard to go back somewhere if you're not over something. I mean, I would say give your character the benefit of the doubt. Now I'm curious what old habit she's slipping into. Now I want to read the book even more.
Right?
I'm curious why Megan's mad at her main character as well. It's an interesting book. So this is why I haven't posted my book review yet of The Ones Who Got Away, is because I'm literally talking to my camera for probably 45 minutes, and I need to get it down to a manageable 10 or something, because I started getting off the rails discussions. And even in the video, come on, babe, come on, settle. Come on, baby, come on. Sorry. Even in my little review, I said, like, if you guys don't have a live stream discussion of this, because there's just so much going on in this book, it's hard to like talk about everything in a book review or a book discussion. I mean, it's a tough book. Like, I was crying, and we've had this discussion, Nicole and I, because we both love romance novels. You know, I love the happily ever after, but in this book, like, getting there is such a struggle, and I'm crying at intervals, and I was very emotional reading that book. So it's not a lighthearted, fun read. And yeah, it happened to them their prom night, I think. So it was prom night, and like they weren't at the dance, which is how they survived. They weren't there. So
Oh, wow.
it's not a fun book. It's not, I mean, it's a good book. It's very well written. And I think that's part of the problem. Like she's too good of a writer almost, if that makes any sense.
It just seems like very real.
That, yeah, I mean, I was crying. Like it kept making me think of like Columbine and all these, terrible events that have recently occurred. But that's the other thing too about this book is it's very current, almost, a little too current, like it, really hits close to home. So if you're in a good mood, don't read that book. But if you want to cry, go for the ones who got away.
Yeah, like all the tragedies are so fresh right now.
Yeah. I mean, again, if you think you can handle it, like it's a good book. I received it in, I want to say Fresh Fiction. It's a romance box. I did an Instagram live unboxing because at the time I was so busy with school, I didn't have time to do an official unboxing video on YouTube, but I did an Instagram live unboxing, and it was an ARC, so I was really excited. Oh, I have a book before it's published, which is why I read it without actually reading what it was about. So I didn't really know going in, and I had all this, emotional roller coaster rides going on within myself, so it was a thing. Oh, we have more comments. I love getting comments. I love seeing them pop up. I think she needs to realize that things happen. Teenager aren't the adults that they think they are. Her mom, I love it in the Hallmark adaptations of these books when the mothers are the ones who are like the grounding influence. I mean, I know that's not cozies, but I know in Hallmark they do that a lot with the families being the, focal point. She's interested in seeing how she acts now. Well, it sounds like you have some more writing to do, and then you're going to figure this out.
Yeah, I was just actually thinking like maybe you should have another character. Just try to tell her like grow up. Like this is not how you should be acting right now.
Well, I'm kind of curious what the issue is, because I've seen this, again, I read a lot of romance. So if they broke up when they were teenagers, they're not over the hurt of that breakup. Or if someone, was expelled unfairly and that it influenced the rest of their life. Like I've seen those things in books quite a few times where you have those big moments. And those I get. But I mean, if someone makes a comment, or I mean, unless it's, flat out bullying, I mean, depends on, I think, the gravity of the situation. Because some things I think it's hard to get over. But that's just my opinion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
As I've been handed another thing for toss for the dog. I was going to say, I don't know if Megan's still watching, but I'm curious why she's mad at her main character. Do you get mad at your characters? I'm just...
Sometimes, yeah, when they go off into a direction that I didn't want them to go into.
Like, what kind of direction? This is new to me, because I've never been mad at my main characters. I usually, like, flat out love them too much. I actually probably coddle them, if anything else, because I don't want anything bad to happen to them. I go into, like a protective mama bear mode, if anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, you always feel you're their creator, I guess, so you're... But with the novel that I just finished, I actually had the end written down first. And so I was trying to connect the beginning and the end, and it just wasn't going the way it was supposed to connect the end.
I did that. I did the exact same thing. What I didn't do was actually did two different stories. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I'm like, this is how I want it to end. I need you to stop messing around over here so you can get there.
I feel like I have so many things that I've started and I haven't finished. And one of the things I started was very similar to that. And I actually don't know if I'm actually going to make it to that end. I think what I might actually do, and I've seen other writers do this, they have like, he's like, I want to chime in. They have extras on their websites, like deleted scenes or like the alternate ending and stuff like that. Max, come on, babe. Be a good boy. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Come on, come here. As I try and like unravel myself from this chair to go after him. Anyway, no, I was just saying, he's cute. He's a handful, but he's cute. No, I mean, again, for that one story, like, I don't even think I'm going to get there. I think I'm just going to do an alternate ending and just post it somewhere else, even if it's on my website, if it's on, somewhere, but I'm not going to be able to get where I wanted to go. That much I know. And I don't blame the characters. I blame myself. Like, I bit off more than I could chew. Yeah, Max has an opinion. I see the comments popping up. I haven't read them yet. Jeez, realize. Courtney, she's like, I do have a lot of writing to do. I think you're going to get a lot of writing done, though. I have faith in you. I know this is going to happen. You don't control your characters. So what are the different terms? We have a pantster, plotter, and there's another one, plantster, the combo person. So it sounds, I mean, I know you're very meticulous. I'm talking to Courtney. I know she's rather meticulous. She's very organized. At least that's how I perceive her. I think she's very organized. She's a go-getter. So I can't imagine you not having a plot, especially for cozy mysteries, because I feel as if you need a little bit of a plot to be able to craft, you know, who did what and when, and how you're going to have the red herring, and, you know, add in evidence along the way. So I do know there's probably a plot involved there, a little bit at least. Hi, Eagle Eye. Welcome.
I just saw Eagle Eye's post. Hello. Megan's still here.
Hi, Megan. We love you.
Super passive and not being active in her own story.
You think you're blaming yourself for first person. Yeah, that's actually something else that's worth talking about. What point of view are you guys writing in? That's something I'm actually really curious about myself, because I've been experimenting. This is one of the reasons why I think I've also done multiple things, is because I can't figure out sometimes what works until I've already done it. Again, I made another video, but I haven't posted it yet. I still need to edit it, where I talk about doing a major overview, like an over rewrite of it. I think I got 30 or 35,000 words into a story, and it wasn't the point of view it needed to be. It wasn't the tense it needed to be. So I just went back and redid everything. This just happened. I've just finished that rewrite.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm curious. What are you doing? Past, present? What are you? What are you doing for this one?
On the one that I finished, it was third person, and the one that I'm working on is third person. But I do have a short story that I am working on that's in first person. And it's also through a male's perspective.
Interesting.
Yeah,
You just talked about the female characters.
That's really, I'm finding it very difficult.
Doing the male point of view?
Yeah.
You have your husband. He's right there. You can just go ask him. You can be like, hey, honey, what do you think?
Yeah, I should be like, what would you do in this situation?
Yeah, at least you have like somebody you can ask off here and be like, hey, I want your perspective. Like, tell me this. No, I mean, so the one I was working on, the shifter story, that's third person, but it's like a close point of view person where they're following and, you know, in the moment, you know, dramatic irony, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one for today I'm working on, it's a dual perspective, and it's told, you know, the alternating, because it's a romance, his and her point of view. So we got that going on over here. So yes, I have my little edits that need to be done, which is what I'm working on today. Because I don't think I actually told you what I was working on today. So
you
yes,
didn't.
I got my contemporary romance. I didn't. No, I'm asking everybody else what they're doing, because I'm more interested, because I already know what I'm doing. I want to know what everyone else is doing. But yes, I'm working on, this is the contemporary romance. And I've had this project going on for a while. I took a Writer's Digest class because I wanted to learn more about the romance genre, and it was a romance writing class, and I've taken a number of them since. But this was the very first project that I started. And again, I rewrote a lot of it since I did that class. So I wanted to try and get back into it. So that's what today was going to be.
Oh, nice. Cool.
And I see more comments. I see more comments. I love seeing the comments. Keep commenting. It makes me so happy to see you guys participate. There's a main plot. So Courtney does have a brief outline, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like reading all perspectives. I mean, I honestly don't have a preference as a reader, whether it's third person or first person.
That's just
Yes, they want to join in. I don't really notice perspective or tense and stuff until I'm a writer. As a reader, I just sort of get absorbed in the story unless the writer doesn't really do something quite right. I don't really notice that stuff unless it's done wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But as a writer, I think you have to look at it from so many different perspectives. Whereas as a reader, you get to enjoy the story and you get to just go right into it. For me, it's harder. And so this is why I was experimenting with different ones. Because for first person, again, like they don't know stuff going on unless they experience it. Whereas a third person, you can get more details in there. So I always have to ask myself, well, what's more important to the story? Is the detail?
Oh gosh.
Here I am. Whoa, Lady Gizmo. Whoa. Oh my
wow,
goodness.
yeah. Disclosing of her true identity.
Have you ever seen Switch to Birth? Switch to Birth.
That's that TV show, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw one episode, but I didn't follow it.
No, you just reminded me of that. It doesn't have to do with the stillborn baby, but the two children are switched at birth, and they don't find out until she does the blood test at school, and they realize she couldn't possibly be their child because the DNA, like the school, you know, one of those projects where, you know, I have AB positive or something, or like you're AB negative or something, and they figured out she couldn't actually be their child.
Oh wow!
Now I want to read. Now I want to read Lady Gizmos. You guys are giving me so much things I want to read. That's when finish these. Megan's doing first person, like someone in viewing. Again, I'm doing the little glasses thing because I have to like lean forward to read. Then you have two regular third persons, but when I'm writing letters from a girl to her brother. Oh, a epistolary novel! We were talking about Jane Austen earlier. I mean, so, you know, she's the divine goddess. That's how I refer to her. She's the divine goddess with the letter writing, the epistolary novels. I love reading letters, writing records. I know, y'all are writing such interesting stories. Yeah, it's interesting. So Courtney, I know, has her cozy mystery, but it looks as if a lot of us are writing multiple things at one time.
Yeah.
Multiple projects. I don't know if that's true, but that's how it's coming across to me. We've got Megan who's doing multiple perspectives. You just finished something, which is so amazing. I'm proud of you.
Yay! Yay!
I know, I really need to finish something. I have 3 things that are done that I need to do the overview edits of, and then put them aside and be like, I release you. Because right now I'm just holding on to them.
I know, I still have to go in and edit the one that I finished. It's a really rough draft.
Yeah, that's what, yeah, I don't know if anyone else does this or if it's just, I mean, for me, I don't wait until the very end to edit. I edit as I go because for me, I look for plot points that I might have missed or, you know, scenes that I could have incorporated because I think when I go back, you know, too late, I miss opportunities almost. So for me, it takes me longer to finish things because I don't just bank out a first draft. That's something, I don't know if that's good or bad. I haven't quite decided yet because it takes longer to finish, but I don't know if is it one of those, like, hopefully it's worth it in the end. But I think every time I add another, you know, X amount of words, probably when I add another 5,000, I stop, print off everything, and like go back and edit from there. So like if I do 10,000, I go back. If I, you know, get up to 15, I'm like, okay, print this off, come back. So it takes me longer. I don't know if you do that. Is that just me?
I did do that with the one that I just finished, but then I found out that I was just taking so much time editing that I wasn't continuing the story.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest issue is if you edit as you go, it's harder to finish, but it just is, and that's something that I've encountered. And so that's why, like, today I was like, let me, you know, because I do all my edits by hand as well. Like, you can see them. I print everything off and edit them by hand. I don't do it in the document. So that's my other big thing as well, because it takes time to write everything out. So even though I said I don't write by hand, I edit by hand. So I have some little, you know, writing quirks.
That's good though. That's what I like doing that too. I want to print off my first draft and then start with a completely blank Word document and then go from there in my second edit.
I don't know if she's done this. So this little one over here, Nicole, she sent me this thing on Pinterest that terrified me, absolutely terrified me. She sent me this pin, and one of the pieces of writing advice was printing out your first draft and then retyping or like redoing it over. And I could not fathom doing that. It was just, that seems like such an undertaking. It was print out your document and then type it all in again by hand all over again. Please, have you done this? Are you actually going to do this? Because I'm concerned.
You're concerned for me. I do want to, because with the one that I finished, it's like it's writing over 10 years. So this writing is different. This writing is different. It's different points of the book. And so if I want it to be consistent, I feel like I have to do it.
That's such an undertaking. I'm waiting to see how this goes. You're gonna have to vlog this entire experience because I know. This is
I'll vlog it and you'll see me like ripping my hair out.
I don't know how. I mean, I give you so much credit. I mean, my big thing is I can't. I mean, I do the edits by hand because the other thing is too, I like being able to go back and see what I did and see the evolution of stuff. So, you know, 3 drafts from now, I could always go back to the handwritten. I mean, that's its own separate task. I can't imagine retyping a 40,000+ word document.
Yeah.
That is so intense to me. Oh my goodness. I don't know where you found that pin on Pinterest, but that scared me so much.
Well, I pin a lot of writing prompts and writing advice and stuff like that, so it's just kind of auto. You know how Pinterest gives you, you've done this before, so here you might like this. And so it just came up on my feed, and it was very daunting. But I was like, this is a great idea, though.
I'm seeing we have more comments. I love it when people comment. I love when people comment on this video. I'm great at reading, multitasking, but when it comes to you can multitask when it comes to reading. Reading Courtney's comment. She can multitask when it comes to reading, but you can't multitask when it comes to writing. I noticed one time she had, I think, 4 books she was reading simultaneously. I don't know how you do that. I would just maybe this is something we should look into, because I'm a multiple project person for writing. When it's reading, I can only do 1 book at a time. If they're different genres and different formats, then I have an easier time with it. Oh, when you're reading? Yeah, like if I'm reading a romance and then a YA, sci-fi. Or if I'm listening to a book or reading it on my Kindle. I'm one of those people, I like reading books. I kind of read things in one sitting for the most part. So it's hard for me to do things multiple times if I'm reading it in one night. I mean, I don't know. I'm one of those people, like, if it's a good book, I'm just going to stay up to read it. Eagle Eye is so cute. This is an amazing group. I'm really impressed. Oh, that makes my heart smile. I sit and write a lot at once. Then wait a day or 2 and go back to read unread. I like that. Yeah, I distance myself as well. Yeah, that's a good. I like doing that too. That's a big thing for me as well, because sometimes I get very emotionally invested. I get very emotionally invested in my characters and like their well-being. I told you I go all mama bear on them, and so I have to, take a step back and be like, well, what is best for the story? So I like the idea of distance. Megan, I didn't quite manage to get to the first full draft. Yeah. What do you mean 0.5 drafts? 0.5 drafts. Like prequels? Yeah, that's funny. I've never seen anyone say 0.5 when it comes to drafting. Can we name that your story? 0.5 draft? That actually has like kind of a nice ring to it. It's not technically the first draft. It's the 0.5 drafts. No, that's so cute. I love that. I've never seen that before. I think that's adorable. Yeah, I do get, I have to admit, there was a book the other night. I don't know if it was just very predictable, but I just started skimming. I do sometimes get bored, but I don't know if that has to do with the story or the writing. It doesn't happen too often. For the most part, I kind of just grin and bear it, but I understand if you want to mix it around, if you have different genres and the story lags. But that also means you're not skimming and skipping ahead, so I'm proud of you for that. If you're actually reading the book in its entirety, that's impressive. Yeah, I find when I'm skimming books too, and they get a little bit boring, or if they get predictable. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't happen too much. I think I'm relatively good about reading things in their entirety. I think it's only when they get really predictable. Or the other night, there was this book I was reading. Again, I'm reading every night. So when I say the other night, it doesn't mean it's the same book in itself. I read so much. But the other night, one of the books I had chosen, it was almost like they inserted a scene just to add to their word count to make it to the 40,000 to be a book. I was reading this, I'm like, this is totally unnecessary angst. This is not necessary to the plot. This isn't adding to their characterization. This is just additional information that's unneeded. So something like that can make it difficult to want to read through. So in that situation, I did flip ahead on my little Kindle app. Mm-hmm. That was a rare occurrence, though. You're in the middle of 10 books? You're in the middle of 10 books? What? You're reading 10 books at the same time? I'm going to guess these books aren't fast-paced, or they're not pulling you in, because otherwise they wouldn't have 10 books going. Yeah, that is a lot. Hopefully they're not all named. On The Bachelor, I just watched the episode the other day when I was doing my laundry. They had like 5 girls named Lindsay, so hopefully they'll have different character names, they'll have different jobs. You can keep them in track. Because maybe it was like Lindsay or Lauren. They had like 5 Laurens or 5 Lindsays or something. Hopefully they have different names, they have different jobs, different storylines. Otherwise, 10 stories at once. Oh my goodness. I would get to like mixing up characters, mixing up plots. Name of the Wind.
Oh, I want to read the name of the
Yeah.
wind.
Oh, I want to read the name of the wind.
Cozies, yeah, I teach you to read cozies. So Meet Your Baker, Courtney, that's the book for the Cozy Mystery Book Club. And so I'm kind of thinking I'm going to read that. I'm going to put aside a day, you know, sometime this month, and just sit down and be like, this is today I'm reading today's Meet Your Baker. Today is Ellie Alexander's Meet Your Baker Day. That's my thought process. Because I know I'm going to read it in one sitting. So I just need to put that time aside for that one book. That's how I read. I know, we didn't even do the virtual writing. We've just been talking about writing this whole time. So much writing. In the middle of like you abandon the books and they expire in the library card, so don't judge me. I'm not judging you. I just think it's funny that you said 10 books. I've never seen people say 10 books before.
Oh, and they expire at the library. I hate that.
Well, someone was telling me they have those ebooks that you can rent now. I have never rented an ebook with the library, but after a certain date, they just vanish from your device.
Yeah, I do the Overdrive app, and you can go, you just use your library card, and then you can just download it to your Kindle, but then it'll disappear when it was done.
That's terrible, because then if you forget about the due date, oh, that would drive me completely bonkers. Oh, my heart's breaking for you.
You're like, what's happening? I don't even know the end.
I'd be so upset if I was near the end and I all of a sudden missed it. Oh, that'd be the worst. This is a judgment-free zone like Planet Fitness. Judgment-free. We're stealing their logo, their line. Everyone who's signing up for the New Year's resolutions, like that is us. Like we're judgment-free. Like it's okay.
Hey, Ruger.
I know my little guy's running around. I don't know what he's doing. So you guys, Max is popping up in and out. So
he'll come in here, see what I'm doing, and then he's confused with the other dogs.
I know. We've just been talking about writing this whole time. We just got so excited talking about writing. Hi, puppy. He's right there.
Blah, blah. I haven't heard of that, Courtney. So they have audiobooks, movies, and everything. Oh, Max.
Yeah, I told you guys he's running around. Oh no, that's a cup of tea. You don't drink tea. You don't drink tea.
He's like, what are you talking about, Mom? I love tea.
His little face went right towards my cup of tea. Little face. I haven't heard of Hoopla before either.
Me neither.
No. It's a good name though.
Hoopla.
So how does this virtual write-in work? Because I've never done one before. At this point, we've been talking about writing for a very long time though. So I feel like this has been running for a while.
Honestly, I like just talking about writing and like whatever.
I know. I feel like we don't even need the virtual writing. I love having this like literary conversation.
Right. And then when I'm actually writing, I'll just like take pictures and post it on Instagram.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I feel like if we're going to just talk about writing, I think that I'm actually happy with that. I mean, I was kind of, sometimes with the virtual write-ins, when you aren't there for the beginning and I don't know if anyone's done this with NaNoWriMo in particular, when they have their virtual write-ins and then you join after the fact and they're just sitting there quietly. You're like, I don't know what to do with this.
Oh, we're eating lunch.
People is a little better than me. Aw. Your Maggie. She's after her main character. Well, please don't slap her.
She's like, Maggie, I'm coming for you.
I love the mentality, though. She's like, I am going to write you. She's like, I'm going to write this character. I love that, though. Like, she's got this. I mean, we know Courtney is going to win this. We know she's going to
win. Make that girl grow up. I'm telling you, just have another character. Just smack her around.
Well, I think it's interesting. I mean, this is one of the things about cozies that's fascinating to me is they always have the secondary characters who contribute to the narrative, whether it's the quirky best friend or they have this arch enemy or nemesis where they have to compete with them and then they realize their own, strengths or weaknesses. There's always something about the secondary characters that contribute to your main character in a way that, I don't know, that can't be done any way else.
Absolutely. Yeah, every character should be influencing the main character just to try to get to where you want them to go. Ruger, get that out of your mouth. Come here. Come here.
Little fluffy baby, say hello. Yes. No, I mean, I think maybe.
Say hello.
I know we got like a little show and tell of the dogs. This little guy.
Oh, I just had a. He's at the puppy stage where everything goes in his mouth, so I have to watch him carefully.
Meanwhile, this little guy, he's trying to get on the table. She has an awesome best friend, Vic. She is brilliant. See, I love the best friends. I love the secondary characters. I think they make the stories. They do, because it's not just. I mean, yes, your main character matters, but I think it's the secondary characters where you get to shine and have fun and comedy and things like that. Yeah. It's the other characters who I think contribute a lot.
Ooh, Duchess.
The other fur baby is saying hello. Yes. He's saying hello like that.
Right. Duchess. Okay, you want to go play? Go ahead.
I think it's interesting. I mean, I love the fact that she has the best friend. Now I'm curious if she has kind of a nemesis of some sort, because the other day I was watching an episode of Psych, and it was one of those like, I'm going to outdo you, now I'm going to outdo you. And so it was one of those propelling the stories forward. So if she has to grow up, I mean, I don't know how that's going to happen, but I'm curious. I'm going to have to read this book.
Yeah. Courtney says she tells it like it is. Good.
The best friend?
Yeah, the best friend tells it like it is. Yay, my echo vanished.
Has it been on this entire time?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been echoing this entire time.
Oh my gosh, I did not even know that. Oh,
it gets so annoying. That's why I really wasn't talking all that much, because I just heard myself echoing too, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm making myself lose my train of thought because I'm listening to myself echo.
I was wondering. I was like, why am I talking so much? Because my throat, I'm like, I need to have a sip of water. I didn't know if I was just reading the comments and dominating the conversation, because I was trying. I've never done a co-host before. I didn't know how this works.
I think we're doing just fine, except for like the little technical difficulties, which apparently has gone away. You're not blurry anymore. I'm not echoing. Finally, 2 hours later.
Can I just point out, like, I haven't touched anything, so I don't know why I was blurry. I don't know how to fix it. Same thing with your echoing. I don't think you actually touched anything. It just all of a sudden worked itself out.
Because I wasn't echoing, because they even said I wasn't echoing in the beginning. I started echoing in the middle, and now I'm not echoing anymore. And I think it has to do with some kind of like internet connection or like bandwidth or something like that. Like, I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Well, Courtney, it was an honor. I'm so happy you joined us. I wish you a lovely lunch, and you are going to write Maggie's life in a way that nobody else can, and I have faith that she's going to grow up.
Bye, Courtney.
I know, like, I don't know if she's already gone, but bye, Courtney. We love you. She's the queen of cozies. Aw, bye, Lady Gizmo. I know, thank you
Lady Gizmo.
Start. I know, and good luck with your story. That was an intense write-up. I'm interested to learn more about that.
It sounds so interesting.
It sounds like something I would definitely buy. It sounds like one of those YA books that's going to be on the New York Times bestseller list. You're like, yes.
Absolutely. And then they're like, she's going to sell the rights and make a movie and be brilliant.
So I love how we're like, sell the movie rights and like the rest of your life is just set.
Set for life.
Nora Roberts, live by her example. Get snowed in one day, you got your 2 little toddlers and put them in the little crib, and then you start writing.
I know Nora Roberts, she just puts so much out.
Yes, I don't know how she manages to do the more, 1+ book a month. She's got 230 books and 240 books in total. She doesn't even have publications. Some of them are just ebooks because she's so prolific. It's hard for them to keep up.
Yeah, I'm trying to like collect as much as I can from her, because I do love like her writing. I love a lot of her series, and it's just she does put out so much. Nice.
I know. I mean, there's more stuff on the bookshelf. I mean, we haven't read yet. There's other ones over here. I haven't read all of her books. I mean, there are quite a few of them, but I have read probably at least 20 or 30 at least.
Yeah.
But she's very impressive. She's also J.D. Robb, so I might have actually scratched that. I have read more of her books, but just not under her Nora Roberts name.
And I think that's kind of insane too, because she also has a pen name where she writes a lot as, and so she's like working double time.
That is, I mean, Beverly Jenkins, Elisa James, like they're prolific romance writers, but Nora Roberts is in her own little league. I mean, there's like the world, and then there's Nora Roberts. I mean,
Yeah,
granted, there are
definitely.
in particular, I think, turn out a lot of books in a year, or more books in general as writers. There's something about they have to keep up to date with it. But Nora Roberts, she is in like her own little ballpark, playing her own little game with her own little. I mean, she is incredible.
She is definitely in a league of her own.
Like, I lost the dog again. He jumped down off my lap.
He's gonna go get that sock for you.
I know, he keeps handing me the sock. Oh, you can see the bottle cap. It's in the image. I know, we still have 4 people watching. I know we lost Courtney. I know we lost Lady Gizmo. So whoever's watching, thank you. The number of viewers goes up and down. It's hard to see who's watching, who's not. So thank you for those who are watching.
Yeah, those of you who are still with us. Thank you.
Thank you for those of you who are still with us. Like literally death-wise. Those of you who are still with us.
No, just through all of our technical difficulties.
I know, you guys. I mean, seriously, you've been awesome. You supported us. You've been chatting with us. The dogs and they're barking.
I know. I feel so bad, like when the dogs start barking, and plus I have 3, so it's just noisy.
I hear a dog toy in the background.
Oh, do you? Oh my God, they have this squeaky one. Megan says she's still watching, though it is distracting me from writing.
You know, we were going to do the virtual write-in, and then we just started talking about writing instead. So, I mean, maybe we should call this pretty soon and let everyone get back to their words.
Yeah. So I can actually get some writing done. That's so funny. Distracting me from writing.
I know. This is supposed to be like one of those little virtual write-ins, and somehow we just ended up talking about writing this whole time. I mean, it's nice to actually be able to talk to people about writing, though, rather than just being your own computer. But it's kind of nice to talk about it. When we discuss this event.
I know.
I know this really didn't go as we intended.
But I still feel like we did really good.
Yes, I'm proud of us. I'm happy. It's so much fun to talk about writing and talk about books.
Yeah, I love it. So it's always great. Talking about writing is important too.
Sorry. You're completely right. Like, I still have, I still want to, encourage you guys. I've been trying to post on Twitter and Instagram, trying to, encourage people, and I've been trying to make sure to help foster some conversations. So yes, I mean, if you want to get back to writing, and we should probably end this in the next couple minutes, but no, I mean, it's been so much fun to talk about writing, and stop and to join us and take a break. That's the thing too. Sometimes if you're doing 24 hours of writing, you need to take a step back. Yeah,
you need a little break. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, Megan. Megan, you guys did great. Thank you, Megan.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Everything else aside, we did great. I'm happy to hear that. I'm glad you think so. Maybe we'll actually do a live write-in next time.
Right. But I kind of like this format too, like, just because we didn't do any writing, like, if you've been writing and then you want to take a break, and then we'll talk about it, and then we'll go back to writing.
Yeah, I think I kind of like being able to talk about writing, because I don't get to talk about writing, in real life, in actual conversations, because nobody in my real life, who not on social media, nobody in my life is writing fiction and stuff like that. I mean, everyone in my world is writing academic books, and it's a different world altogether.
Absolutely, yeah.
So they don't understand, these struggles, first person versus third person and things like that. Like, there's a very strict format. So there's only certain things other writers understand, which I very much appreciate. Yeah. As the little dog jumps up at me. So I think he wants attention. So
right.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy Megan enjoyed our little chit chat. But no, I mean, if anyone else has anything else they want to say or add about writing or words in the page or anything else, chime in, comment section. My lovely co-host, what would you like to say? Anything you want to add?
No, I don't think so, but yeah, I really love this actually. I know. And like, even though, yeah, it was my first one and I am kind of nervous and I'm like, oh, all the technical difficulties, it just makes me even more nervous. But now that, I finally have it down, that, Google Hangouts isn't such a mystery to me anymore. I think going on, it'll be better. So.
Aw. I'm so happy that, we did figure this out. And I mean, you are one of my BookTube besties. Like, I'm always recommending your channel to everybody. So it's nice to actually talk with you and talk with everybody else. I mean, this is the first live stream I've done talking with somebody. Usually I'm just staring at my little comment section because I'm not going to be staring at myself on YouTube. It's very strange. I'm so happy, you joined me and talked to me and we did this. Hi. I know this is like the words on, every Words on the Pageathon, I'm doing something different. And like, when we were talking about the live stream, I'm so happy we did this. Yes, we haven't, put any more words on the page, but we have been talking about our words that are already on the page. It just makes me very, very happy. So if anyone else wants to comment, please do so. I'd love to know your thoughts. Otherwise, this little dog wants my attention.
Yeah. He's like, hey, you've been staring at that screen for a while now.
Yes, he's curled up on the little blanket. It's really cold in my apartment because it's how many degrees out right now, so he took over my blanket. Just why I'm in my little pullover because it's freezing. How many degrees is it out? Yeah, you and your little hot weather over there. Yeah,
yeah, I'm actually looking at the temp as well, so let me see.
It's 16 degrees where I am right now.
Oh my gosh, you're going to hate me. It's 72 and sunny.
Enjoy. Enjoy. Oh,
well, I'm still waiting for Max to start hosting his own live streams. Megan.
Well, have you seen those things where people have those live webcams where they just leave them on consistently for bunnies and hamsters and stuff? Yeah, Max had his own. I mean, it would just be hysterical because he would come running back and forth with all sorts of different toys. He'd bury stuff in the bookcase. I mean, he has his own little, way about him. He's definitely his own little personality.
Absolutely, he's so cute. I would watch it.
Babies are adorable, though. I mean, your little 25-pound guy is gonna be 75. Oh my God.
He's gonna be huge. If you like in real life, his paws are so massive, and I'm like, you're gonna be a giant dog.
See, how come you guys have 71 and cloudy? How is that fair?
Megan, I'm curious where you're at.
I mean, I'm in DC, and I mean, if you go outside, I mean, good luck to you.
Right. If it was 16 degrees, I would not be going outside. So
we had this conversation. Again, we were Skyping while we were trying to figure out the tech stuff, and so I mentioned I'm wearing this is one of my warm, one of my comfy warm pullovers. Like, yes, it's advertising for my channel, but it's also very, very warm, which is how I ended up in this because I was walking around with a sweatshirt. I had on these big socks. I mean, I've been walking around here like I'm going out in the it's an adventure here because my apartment is really cold as well. Because I have a balcony, so I got my, the elements coming in. It's freezing out. I haven't even ventured outside today because the other day when I went out, my skin was so cold. Yeah. It was ridiculous. And the thing is, I was covered completely. I had my hat on. I had earmuffs on over my hat, which is, because I had a baseball cap on, so I put the earmuffs over. I had my scarf, I had my jacket, I had on my Ugg boots. Like, I was fully covered except for my face. And then I was just so cold, I was shivering. I thought my teeth were going to start chattering. This is when it was 12 or 13 degrees out. So it's still very, very cold, but not as cold. But you guys are killing me with your 70-degree weather. I mean,
yeah, it's just like at 16 degrees, that's going to start, when you go outside, that hurts your face.
It does. It really, really does. I mean, it gets to the point where you don't even want to walk, the 5 blocks. You start looking at the taxis like, would this really be the worst thing in the world? And
right.
You're like, is it worth it? And, I mean, that's when you start doing,
Megan, you're in Phoenix? I'm in Phoenix.
Friend!
Oh my gosh.
Friends.
That's awesome.
That's so cute. I didn't know you guys were from the same area.
I had no idea either. That's awesome.
Making friends across the the states and in the same state and making friends.
That is awesome.
She can join your book club.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Volunteering you. Volunteering you tribute. It doesn't get below 39, and I'm in 16-degree weather. So yeah.
She's like, what a coincidence. Yeah, I think like at nighttime it gets the coldest, but it doesn't get like super cold, like seriously, like 40s. Doesn't get in the 30s or 20s or anything like that.
I mean, I've seen Megan's posts, I will admit, because she posts pictures of her, her dog. She posts pictures of her area sometimes. I mean, she does some lifestyle shots as well. And so I have seen it looks very shiny, like, sunshine, and it looks really nice. I didn't know.
On Instagram, you mean?
Yeah, I've seen, she's, the other day she posted a picture where she wasn't bundled up like I was. So I knew she wasn't in DC, that was for sure. I knew that much. And
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
I mean, I knew she wasn't. Let me put it to you this way: I knew she wasn't in the eastern area that I'm in. When I saw, I forget which picture it was, but you had a picture, Megan. If you're still watching, you had a picture, and I was like, "Where are you?" Because I mean, again, I've been, shivering for 3 days straight. As the dog, yeah, he's doing his little like, "Pay attention to me, mommy." So I probably should start paying attention to him and take care of him. So, and then get back into writing. So. If you guys have anything else you'd like to talk about, please chime in. Otherwise, my calls.
I think I don't have anything else to say, but if anybody else does, absolutely. But if you want to wrap up, I could totally do that.
Well, it's not that I want to. It's just that he's giving me that face. I'm like, oh boy.
Well, since you are, you have your fur baby, you do live on the whims of him. So I totally understand.
I know. He's this little 5-pound bundle of fur, but he runs the show. He does. He runs this place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm following Megan on everything.
Hey, making friends. Words in the Pageathon, bringing people together since when did I start this? 2017?
2016.
2017.
Oh, you hear my little Ruger bark, his little puppy bark.
You think you've drowned the chat. Megan can talk as much as Megan wants. Megan is welcome anytime, day or night. She can chime in. We love Megan. So no, I mean, this little guy, he wants some attention. So I will have to say goodbye and take care of my little baby.
All righty.
But
this was so fun. I really loved it, and we're going to do this again.
Yes, we have to. I mean, I know we didn't actually do the virtual write-in part of this. We just ended up talking about writing, but this has been so much fun.
Absolutely. I love it.
Oh, I know. I've had so much fun doing this with you. Thank you for being my co-host today. I love you.
Thank you for inviting me.
And thank you to everybody who's been watching and commenting. You are all amazing. And I wish you the best with your words and your stories. And apparently the little dog wants to say hello as well. But thank you for watching. We love you.
Thank you. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.